Hey guys, what's going on? Vernon Mason here. What's up? What's going on? So just catching back up to you guys. I know a couple of months ago, or actually a few months ago, time's flying, but a few months ago, you probably saw my original video talking about a guide, the book, in which I was able to have the honor and the opportunity of being picked up by a couple of really big publishers, but one in particular stood out the most. Also got me in line with the New York Times, and New York Times, of course, really loved the material they had, saying it was refreshing, brand new material that worked in modern times, today's times. Certainly did a lot better and covered more than some of that redundant information, their words, that's been going around with leadership and team development. But anyways, of course, we had some new developments. Of course, that was picked up, and we had to go through a lot of cycles. We had to go through, of course, the design. We had to go through copyright. We had to go through editing. We had to go through, still have marketing, web development, all these other things, production, all that good stuff. But it's great to finally share that we actually just finished up with the final design. And of course, we also finished up with copyright. So now, legally, I can share this and not worry about anybody stealing my material. So I am definitely happy to present and happy to bring to you that we now have a final design copy of it. And as a matter of fact, I got it right behind me. Blow! Right there. I don't even know I'm blocking it. But yeah, right there for you. So we do have it. And again, now I can bring to you, it's called Flipping Teams. Flipping Teams, a leader's guide to building top performing teams. And it does a couple things for you. Now, of course, it's going to go through a 5-pillar system I put together with my 15 years experience, and mainly 12 of those being a really strong leader in many different industries across the United States. So with a lot of Fortune 500 companies. But it's a really great development point that really teaches you 5 particular bases, kind of like a foundation. So I call them pillars. So let's do that. So it teaches you 5 particular pillars. One around leadership, another around productive time management. I'll go into more details later about that one. Positive accountability. What the hell is that, right? Accountability is supposed to be bad. No, not in my system. It's a good thing. Positive accountability. Goes into Alpha Sales 101. When it says Alpha Sales, it's really talking about my particular leadership guide or leadership model, I should say, called the Mason Influential Leadership Model, or the MIL model, if you will. That really talks to you about Charlie performers, Bravo performers, Alpha performers. Of course, you kind of understand where I'm getting a little bit of that history from. But in that development, it really goes into Alpha Sales 101, tells you a lot of course, things that's been around since the beginning of man, whenever markets opened up and sales were invented to try and make a dollar. It covers and recaps all of that, all to what we really see in today's generational time with a lot of millennials, rather they're on your team, so you're developing them, or it also could be your client base and customer base with a lot of millennials that are out there. So it's really, really good, great material that's really going to help you try to dominate right there on the sales floor, but not just for yourself, also for your team. And then finally on that 5th pillar, which is more than anything else, and most importantly, it's about building a culture. Okay, building a culture, changing the culture around you. I know you hear a lot of stuff about people saying you don't like what you have in your environment, or you don't like the people around you. Get rid of them, right? Replace them. But that's actually against the law in a lot of ways when it comes to the business world. So the business world, if anybody were to just jump in and be able to do that, none of us will have a job, right? So to make sure that we definitely be able to keep our job and give everyone else an opportunity to better themselves and keep their jobs, this program right here is going to help you be able to build the culture you want to create to help you generate top performance. And that's exactly what those are going to come across for you. Now, those pillars can be used for any type of occasion. It's help for self-development. It can also help you for development in your career, your profession. It can help you with community events. I mean, it can help you with a broad spectrum of things. You don't have to use all 5 pillar systems. You can just pick the best ones that you want to use. But if you want to try and push your career to the furthest it can go, and want to try and push your development, your team's development to the furthest it can go, you most certainly want to utilize every single pillar that's going to be made accessible for you as one big program. But the biggest thing behind this book, so not just the program itself and the system itself, but the secret path inside of it that talks to you about a career path you have probably never thought about happening. I'm willing to bet you've probably done it once in your life, but never knew you could continue to keep on doing it as a career to really get top, not only top development in your paycheck, but also become a top developing leader yourself. And when I say top developing leader, I mean a leader who can develop other leaders. Really build a culture, not just for yourself, but not just for your store, but also for your company. Even for yourself, if you ever want to go into entrepreneurship, even for the country, for the economy. So this is good all around. Great material. I'm looking forward to definitely sharing with you. As you can see right there, release date coming soon. Don't have a release date just yet. We are still in the web development and marketing stage, but now that you know that this guide or this book and this guide I have for you called Flipping Teams, a leader's guide to building top performing teams, you now know what's going to be able to come readily available for you. I will certainly let you know once that does become available for you, and let you know some of the release dates on there. But until then, I will probably have a couple of videos coming up for you if you are interested that really walks you through a couple of pieces here and there, best practices, tips, great reminders, things like that. Maybe some little tidbits for my models, and all of that. As far as for the secret path, you're just going to have to read about that one yourself and really see how you can develop through that one. But I'd be happy to share with you some tidbits on why I think this guide is going to be absolutely amazing, not just for you, family members, friends. Doesn't matter where you're at in the sales world. As long as you're in the sales world, this book is going to help build every step. And I mean proponents, bring you all the way down to a day-by-day routine. And I think you're definitely going to love it. So thank you very much for staying tuned and keeping up to date. I look forward to sharing that release date with you. And thank you very much for all the great support that you guys have definitely been providing. And I'm definitely honored to have you guys on my page and continue to help support in everything that you do. So thank you guys. Love you. Later.